So my name's Karen, and we live in Fairfax Station, Virginia, just a little bit south of George Mason University. So we thought about doing a renovation of our mid-century modern for many, many years. We hadn't done a lot of big work on the house. We had kids that were growing up in the house and we were busy. And we got to a point just a couple of years ago where we decided it was a time to think about what we would do to the house in terms of bathrooms and the kitchen, and do it in a way that was consistent and thoughtful across the whole house. Our architect then, one of the first things we did after figuring out sort of what some of the drawings would look like was start introducing us to contractors. And she had recently gone to an open house with FineCraft and had really admired the quality of their work. And so she suggested immediately that we speak to FineCraft as one of the contractors that we were interviewing. And so we did that, and we interviewed a number of contractors. And I must admit, it's been a long time, and this is a long process. But my recollection is that what stood out was that they clearly could handle a fairly complex job with a lot of moving parts. They seemed very organized. We went and we saw other work that they had done on a house and really thought it was really beautifully done. It wasn't quite in the same style, but it was clearly there was a lot of attention to detail. They seemed to be very good at finding people to do the cabinets, closets, that kind of stuff. So we were fairly comfortable with them, and also given that our architect had been impressed with them as well. I think those were kind of the factors that went into our choosing FineCraft. So Ray was the project manager that we worked with as soon as they got going on the project. So it was actually, it was kind of fun because we were gone when they did the demolition. So the renovation affected the top half of the house. So we lived in the bottom half of the house. So the project itself, as I said, Ray was the one who was the project manager and who led it, and was coordinating teams, and then was working also with Patrick, who was our initial contact point. Dasha as well, his wife, was one of the people also who was coordinating. And there were also things like the challenges that you just didn't necessarily expect. So I think one of the things that happened was that we were trying to figure out how to handle, we have an open air shower, and we were trying to figure out the drainage, and initially they were going to put a small step, and Ray figured out how to make the floor in the bathroom just slope enough so that we get the drainage, but we didn't actually have to have this step, which, given it was a very small space and the step was kind of a hazard, actually worked out really well. So we initially started the project doing some work in the back, which was building some stone paths, taking out the back to make it more accessible for us. And they redid the deck and made it look more modern. They updated it. And then in the second stage of the project, that's when we did some work we did the kitchen and then master bath area. So this total space wasn't actually that big. But it affected basically the entire first floor. So I would definitely, we were really happy with the team, we were really happy with FineCraft, and definitely happy with the end product.